Welcome to another edition of the Wranglers Roundup, talking Northern Arizona Wranglers football with Coach Les Moss and the Wranglers broadcast team of James Poovey and Ed Cole. Let's ride.
First and 10 Wranglers now from the 14. Twins right. Two receivers go in motion now for Kettle. He looks that way. He's going to climb the pocket, go to the air, and elevating over the wall and hauling it in for a touchdown. It is Ryan Wisniewski. Oh my goodness. One of the most athletic, acrobatic receptions you'll ever see in the Indoor Football League or anywhere in football, Ed. Oh my goodness.
You have got to be kidding me. What Ryan Wisniewski, he just sacrificed his entire body, knowing he was going to fly over those boards and slam to the deck, slam to the concrete, James. Where he hit, there is nothing but concrete. Ryan just gave up his body, knowing he wanted that ball so bad. He wanted that score so bad. Great throw from Kettle to Wisniewski, where only he could sky up and get it. Wisniewski using every bit of his 6'3", 210 frame to make that catch for the touchdown.
Unbelievable. We're going to take another look at it here, maybe a couple more looks at it. You mentioned it, Ed. He absolutely skied, left the ground. Here it is again. Let's take a look. Timeout. Wisniewski elevates entirely over the wall and somehow hauls it into his teammates there. Unbelievable. I can't even believe what I just saw.
But I'll tell you what, that'll make the Inside the IFL next week.
It sure will indeed.
You better believe Mr. Tryon will be talking about that play.
7 minutes and 14 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. We'll keep it right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Prescott Valley, Arizona, Rosa's Pizzeria, the site of another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. A magnificent game Saturday night, Ed. It was a spectacle out at the Findlay Toyota Center. You saw just a brief moment of that happening early in the ballgame there as Ryan Wisniewski elevates over the wall and almost everyone else there in the Wranglers bullpen to haul in that football. A magnificent catch during a rousing 35-34 victory by your Northern Arizona Wranglers. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, it was exciting to say the least on Saturday night inside the FTC, and we're going to celebrate that win here tonight.
Absolutely. 5-2. What a great game it was. It had a playoff-type atmosphere. It did from beginning to end, the entire 60 minutes. That was what a battle for first place in the Western Conference was all about. Two excellent football teams, Northern Arizona and Bay Area, just slugging it out for 4 quarters of football. And luckily for the Wranglers, they came out on top. They're 5-2 in sole possession of first place.
All you got to do, we say it all the time, Ed, you got to win by 1, and that's exactly what they did on Saturday night. We got a jam-packed show for you here. We'll visit with Coach Les Moss here in a little bit after we take a very short break, and then a couple special guests joining us here as well. Wide receiver Glen Gibbons Jr. on the program tonight with us, and a defensive tackle, defensive stalwart, I would like to say, Armonti Carey coming on the show here as well. He was dominant on Saturday night, Ed, during that win against the Bay Area Panthers, excuse me.
Yes, he was.
Man.
The defense, the team needed every bit of pressure that Armonti and everybody else on that defense was able to bring in order to get that 1-point victory.
It was. We'll step aside, take a short time out, and when we return here on this edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup, we'll visit with head coach Les Moss. Stay with us. We'll be right back here with more on the show from Rosa's Pizzeria in Prescott Valley.
That's funny. Desert School's changed their name.
Yeah, now it's Desert Financial.
Alice Cooper! Wait, what are you doing here?
I'm telling everyone, school's out.
For summer?
Forever.
Whoa! Whoa!
Dude, put your card in.
You got a voice, Molly. Use it. Do it for the phone.
Let's do it for the phone. Yeah, oh yeah.
We welcome you back here to Prescott Valley's Rosa's Pizzeria here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel. Another edition of the Wranglers Roundup. We're pleased now to be joined by the victorious head coach, Mr. Les Moss, after a rousing victory on Saturday night. Coach, we talk about it. We talked about it in the preseason. We talked about it in the first couple shows of the season. None of these wins come easy, and that stayed true on Saturday night. This was a battle.
Oh yeah, it was definitely playoff mentality football. Both teams were playing hard. Our guys came out and really did a great job. I mean, they stuck with the plan. They kept playing. There was no discouraged. They played hard. I mean, they played hard all night long. That really was a great catch by Ryan.
Yes, it was.
But I mean, it was a great game.
And in a game that meant so much, Coach, for first place in the Western Conference, we know what happened in Tucson 2 weeks ago with the turnover problem for both football teams. But in that game, 0 turnovers. Of course, we were on the positive end of that with Daniel Wright getting the pick off of Dalton Sneed. But to come up with 0 turnovers, no fumbles, no INTs in a game of that magnitude, that's huge.
Well, that's what had to happen. I mean, that's exactly what had to happen. We didn't have any turnovers. We missed a couple field goals. We had to stop on downs, but offensively we were very efficient. I mean, the offense played the way they needed to play to beat that team. And Bay Area is one of the top teams in the league, so we're happy with that victory for sure.
Talk about the performance of your line on both sides of the football, Coach. The offensive line and the defensive line, unsung heroes in my book. And these guys, they really don't get enough credit because they make all this stuff happen.
Well, that's where it starts and ends. I mean, we got to keep our quarterback clean, and we got to get after their quarterback.
Yes.
And we talk about that all the time, but it starts and ends up front. If we're not able to protect our quarterback, or if we're not able to run the football, then our offense isn't going to be very good. And if we're not able to get after their quarterback and knock him off of his spot and do the things that we need to do against the run game, then our defense isn't going to be able to do very good. But both Coach Windsor and Coach Simpson are doing a great job coordinating the offense and defense, and the players are doing an excellent job of picking up what they're putting down. And right now we're sitting here at 5-2 on top of the division. So,
Coach, in a game like that, what is the conversation like between you and Coach Windsor and Coach Simpson? Do you talk much between each other, or do you just kind of let Coach Simpson and let Coach Windsor kind of do their thing, and when you need to jump in, you jump in? No,
there's constant communication. We communicate, and also Coach Moran. I mean, we're on the headphones and we're communicating constantly. There's no stepping on toes. There's no egos at all. I mean, if we see something, we say it, and it's important to do that. But our communication is excellent. We also have Nick on there also as well, and our communication has been excellent all year, and that's why we're sitting here with the record we have.
Coach, we've used a number of terms for this defense in this short season so far: maniacal, venomous, all kinds of adjectives you could give to these guys. But talk about how this team has been able to, and we've seen it firsthand, been able to just really jump right back on the train from last season as far as defensive performance. Coach Simpson comes in replacement of Coach Keefe, and we just pick up right where we left off, and this defense is really playing well.
Yeah, well, Coach Simpson was part of our staff out in Iowa also. So and plus he was a great player in the indoor professional football game. So, he understands what's going on. That's why we hired him, and he's doing a great job. And, it picked up. Well, it starts with the players, and it starts with the offseason and the recruiting, and he did a great job there also, as well as Coach Windsor and Coach Moran, and we've got a good group of guys here, and they're all working hard, and that's all you can ask for.
Coach, when you look at the defense, you can look at it. Of course, we look at it as a whole, but if you break it down, you can break it down from the defensive line, and then Justin Wisenhunt for the front four, and then the back four as far as the secondary is concerned. How do that one half of the defense, like you say, the front part, the defensive line and the linebackers, how does the pressure that they get make the defensive secondary better? And secondly, how does the defensive secondary make that defensive line better, knowing that they know those guys back in the guys back in the back, they're ball hawks. They can get after the football.
Well, they can get after the ball, but again, it starts up front. I mean, no quarterback likes to be harassed, likes to be pressured. And that's where it all starts. And Monty and Theo and Tremond, and I mean, they're doing a great job. And obviously Wiz, with Justin Wisenhunt's doing a great job. They're doing a good job of getting the quarterback off his spot, not letting him throw on rhythm, and that allows the secondary to do their job. And so far, they've been a cohesive group, and they're doing a great job. And I hope they're able to keep it up.
Absolutely. Let's talk about 5 for a minute. The quarterback. He's
Yeah.
played really well on Saturday night. We talked about it earlier in the show. No turnovers, and we saw a couple of other plays on Saturday night from Garrett that were wise quarterback decisions, Coach. A couple times where you could have forced the issue, you could have maybe taken a chance on something, but instead throw it away and live to play another down. What do you attribute that to, and Garrett's maturity in that respect?
Well, Coach Windsor's doing a good job of bringing him along, and if you remember, if you look back and reflect on last year, the indoor game of professional football is not the easiest game to pick up from a quarterback perspective. Everything happens so fast. It's a lot faster than the outdoor game. And, even Caleb last year led the league in interceptions.
Yes.
So, there's a learning curve there, but Garrett's doing a great job, and he's getting better every week. And when you throw the ball around, sometimes bad things are going to happen. But the thing that I liked about the game the other night is we took a couple shots downfield that paid off.
Yes.
We hit Ramon on that deep one.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously the catch that we're talking about with Ryan, that wasn't a long one, but it was taking a shot up in the air. And that's something that he's been working on. Both quarterbacks have been working on in practice, and it showed.
You got to have that in this kind of game.
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to have a balance of a couple of those shots and a little bit of luck going your way, and,
No doubt.
and taking a couple of those and having a couple of them hit.
You gotta do something to get the defense away from the line of scrimmage, and the only way you're going to do that is take a couple shots on them. So and that helps the run game.
Absolutely.
So,
Coach, as Ryan is coming at you full speed, what were you thinking when he hits that apex, the high point of that catch that he made? What was going through your mind? Obviously catch the ball.
Well, I hollered, catch him. I didn't think he was. I thought the ball was out of his reach, to be honest with you. And but
we thought we were going to catch it up here in the booth for about a half a second.
He elevated, and what a great play that was. But they work on that kind of stuff. I mean, we they have to get used to the walls. They have to get used to going over the walls and going in the stands and things like that. And so they go for those things in practice also. And Ryan is cured of wallitis.
Well, if you're not after that, Coach, I don't really know what else you can do to get yourself prepped up for that, right, Ed?
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh, man.
So on you, JP, what do you got?
Well, I just wanted to know your thoughts on this coming weekend. Obviously, we're going to go down to the Valley of the Sun, down to our neck of the woods, if you will, Coach, and battle those Arizona Rattlers. That's always a tough game, but we're coming in there with our defense on fire, and that's got to be a good feeling for you going into a game like this.
The Rattlers are the Rattlers. We always look forward to playing the Rattlers.
Yes.
They're a rival. We can say that now, and
Yep.
And we're happy to say that. It's going to be a heck of a game. This game for the Rattlers is a must-win game. I mean, they're sitting there in an unfamiliar position for
Yes.
them, for that organization. And if you look at it and look at the standings and look at the schedules and everything, this is going to be a playoff caliber football game against two good teams, and their backs are against the wall. So we understand what we're getting ready to walk into, and we're going to be ready.
And sometimes that's when you get a team's best, is when their back's against the wall and you really see what they're made of.
We've been getting everybody's best all year. We won the championship last year, so that's
it.
just the way it is. I
Yep.
mean, we got a target on our back, and now we're number one in the conference, so we got an even bigger target on our back. But we're looking forward to Saturday night. That's for
Saturday
sure.
night is going to be fun.
It's good to have a target on your back, doesn't it?
It is.
Yep.
It's a nice problem to have, isn't it?
Very
Yeah,
good problem to
absolutely.
have.
Head coach Les Moss, 5-2 here on the young season for the Northern Arizona Wranglers. Thank you, Coach, so much for your
All right,
time. As
thank you.
always, we appreciate it. We'll step aside and take a brief time out here and come back for more Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup right here inside Rosa's Pizzeria in
Absolutely.
Prescott Valley. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a little piece of magic in the heart of the Verde Valley, where adventure is encouraged. Whether you're whining and dining, rocking and rolling, or pushing and pulling, it's your adventure. Play however you choose.
Who's to say you don't have the skills to reach the top? Who's to say you don't have power? to say you can't own the stage? Who's to say you can't put a team together? Who's to say who's best? The best ever? Or who will be in the future? And with this game-changing team to inspire us, who's to say what's possible for you? Pepsi, play to inspire.
We welcome you back to Rosa's Pizzeria here in beautiful Prescott Valley, Arizona. The Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup on the air. James Poovey alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. We're going to fix something right here, Ed, but we got a very special guest joining us now, and we're excited always to talk to this gentleman. He had a fantastic game on Saturday night. I think fantastic might even be an understatement. Wide receiver Glen Gibbons Jr. joining us here on the program. Glen, how are you, my friend? It's always good to have you back on the show here, and we appreciate you coming on with us.
I appreciate you guys for having me back. It's always good to be up here with you guys.
You had fun on Saturday night. You don't have to tell us that, but tell us how much fun you had on Saturday night.
I had a blast. It's always great being back out playing the game that I love. I'm very blessed to be out there with the team again, man. I'm just ecstatic. Always to be in the FTC in front of the crowd, man. There's no place like playing there, so it's a great feeling.
So, Glenn, tell us what the recipe is for that Kool-Aid that you were serving up to your teammates and to the fans after the touchdown. We got some highlights. We'll run it. I know it's in there, but
yes,
what's in that recipe, brother?
You know, Space Jam, Mike special stuff. Just some of that get the team going a little bit. You know,
a little extra powder, right?
Powder.
Yeah,
there you go.
Extra thick, right? It's not the standard issue.
Yeah, Gigi, it just looks like you're having so much fun out there and thriving in this offense. A really good offense led by Rod Windsor.
Absolutely. Coach Rod, he puts us in the best positions for us to make plays, and we just got to go out there and make the plays. So.
What part of your game have you worked on since we got to have you on the show here last? This is your first time on the show this season. What have you improved on personally as a football player since the 2022 season?
I really just focused on the offseason is really my physicality. I had my speed last year, but I really wanted to just get bigger and be stronger and more physical for next year. So that's kind of what I worked on and focused on.
Does having a year already in the system under Coach Windsor make you a better football player, that you kind of know what Coach Windsor likes to draw up for you and for the rest of the offense?
Absolutely. It just helps us play. There we go.
Jenny Real checking in here.
Shout out to Jenny, man. It helps us play faster. Just being a year under the belt with Rod, just knowing the offense more, you play faster, smarter, quicker. Comes to you a lot quicker and faster, man.
How has your relationship with Garrett grown here in the past couple of games? Obviously, you're just coming back from injury, really kind of getting yourself back into the flow of this offense. You did a great job getting back into the flow pretty quickly on Saturday night, I might add. But how have you guys been able to kind of re-gel, if you will, and kind of get back on the same page?
Oh, Garrett's awesome, man. We'll be able to chop it up at practice, after practice. He's an awesome guy, great character. We love Garrett, man. We love Nick, Garrett, all of our quarterbacks, man. Shout out to the O-line. I got to put that in there. The big boys up front, man, they get us going every time.
And you know what else? It was great to see Nick as well, having just as much fun with you guys on Saturday. Every game, for that matter. When we were down in Tucson, I was down there on the sidelines. He was having a blast cheering everybody on. And, you know, you can't put a price on having a teammate like Nick Watson.
You can't at all. He's there every day. He comes to work just like the rest of us. Nick has a great attitude, and he's just a ball player, man. And when he gets his shot, he's going to take over as well. So we're very happy for both of them. Just to have them on our team, have two great quarterbacks, man.
That's a good luxury, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, man.
A lot of teams don't have that.
They sure don't. Gigi, I love that Nick can put on that headset, put on that coach's headset. He can flip his mind into coach's mode and kind of coach things up and help you guys out. That is really cool that he's able to do that.
Oh, yeah. He gives us a different perspective. He's always telling us extra things on the sideline, what coverage he's seeing and what they're seeing. So he helps us exploit the defense as much as possible.
When you talk about rewind, why don't we rewind just a little bit here for a moment and think back to a time when you kind of fall in love with the game. Let's go look at you right here back in 2017.
He knows it.
Muscatall. Is that right? Did I say that right?
Muscuda.
Yeah, Muscuda. The Indians.
Yeah.
Walk us through some of these highlights right here. And we're going to talk about that look. I think you had your collar popped up right there in that little huddle highlight. But let's take a look at this right here. Talk about how much fun you had playing. I mean, you're still having fun playing football, right?
For sure.
But it all started right here.
It all started at MHS, man. And playing football has just always been a joy for me. And in high school, it's just there's not really much to say. Football is just a great sport to play, man. It's the best sport in the world.
Did you play any defense there in high school?
Did
you go two ways?
Yeah.
Okay.
I played safety and corner.
A little safety. So how did that help you out as a wide receiver? It had to.
Oh, for sure. It just shows you more and shows you more about the defensive players and things like that. Just like how the defenders line up, like how when I was at cornerback, I know exactly what I would do. So I would expect the same out of other corners when I go against them and know what to exploit.
And on the drive up, we noticed that you also play basketball.
For sure.
And you had some Allen Iverson kind of handles. Didn't you have some AI handles?
Absolutely.
JP?
We were watching your highlights on the way up here.
Yeah, talk about basketball. How'd you like that?
Oh, basketball is great. I played basketball all my life. I was really a baseball player. A lot of people don't even know that.
So you're a 3-sport athlete is what you're telling us here tonight. Okay.
So he even beat Dion out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, high school athletes note that. We talked about it multiple times on the show here, haven't we, Ed?
Yes.
Multi-sport athletes.
Yes.
You're noticing a theme. Go ahead, Glenn.
Oh, yeah, multi-sport athletes. I mean, you do a lot of different things in other sports, and baseball translates to football as well, especially when I'm on kickoff. And they do a lot of the squib kicks and stuff. I feel it like a ground ball. So
you part of that hands.
Oh,
team.
yeah, part of the hands.
Okay,
team. There you
okay.
go.
All right, all right.
What does basketball do for you?
Basketball, defensive slides. Just how I can open up my hips and get in and out of my routes. Same thing with basketball.
Helps you with the quick twitch
twitch.
muscles and everything, right?
Quick.
It's a win-win all the way around.
I love it.
Wide receiver extraordinaire Glen Gibbons Jr. joining us here on the Wranglers Roundup.
Always
good to see you, my friend.
Always a pleasure.
Keep
Thank you,
balling
champion.
out and showing out. And we look forward
it.
to seeing you on Saturday down there at the Footprint Center in Phoenix for a battle against those Arizona Rattlers. Stay with us here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. When we return, we're going to get the big fella on here with us. Armonti Carey joins us here. He might tear up the set if we get lucky here on the show, Ed. Stay with us. We'll be right back for more to come right after this.
Buffalo Wild Wings win-win value lineup gives you and your friends more for less. With buy one, get one half off traditional wings every Tuesday. Buy one, get one free boneless wings every Thursday. And $3 tolls every day. Only at Buffalo Wild Wings.
I've got that blue sky. I've got that sunshine.
You got a voice, Molly. Use it. Do it for the phone.
Let's do it for the phone. They do so much for you. When I'm out there all alone, there's something we can do. T-Mobile, look at these maps, they don't lie. And faster speeds nationwide. Let's do it for the phone.
If you're struggling to pay your energy bill or know someone who is, we're here to help. Find APS Bill Assistance programs to reduce your monthly payment or help pay down the bill. Short-term relief like Crisis Bill Assistance can help during a rough patch, while our Energy Support program can reduce your bill every month. Explore all your assistance options and see if you qualify at aps.com/here to help.
We welcome you back to Rosa's Pizzeria here in beautiful Prescott Valley, Arizona. Another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup on the air. We're now pleased to be visiting with defensive lineman Armonti Carey. How are you, sir? We're so glad to have you on here with us, and we've done nothing but enjoy watching you play football this season. And you've been, I'm going to tell you, nothing short of maniacal up front for our Wranglers, and I have a feeling you kind of like it that way.
Oh, yeah. You know, that's the way you play the game.
The defense is an attitude, isn't it?
Definitely. Heck yeah.
Armonti, walk us through your road to Northern Arizona. How did you come to become a member of this organization?
Man, it's been crazy, you know, getting back over here in this indoor football league. You know, last year I played with Bismarck and kind of I'll reestablish myself as just that force. And upon even trying to playing with them, Coach Moss wanted me to come over and get that championship run with him, but I had already, you know, said I had the obligation to be over there, and I just decided to, you know, stay there. And then he hit me up, you know, at the end of the season, and he was just like, you know, you want to come back, you know, you want to try to get it going again. And him and Coach Simpson reached out, and it was a no-brainer for me, you know. So I was just like, you know, why not? Let's see what Prescott has.
Speaking of Coach Simpson, what's it like to play underneath him? He is like a ball of energy. I love the way he coaches. You see him on the sidelines. He is always up and at him.
Oh yeah, I say I always tell everybody that me and Coach Simpson are the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I was one of the first guys he brought in, and I was like, it's not by mistake. You know, like we have the same tenacity, same energy. Whatever he says, I'm saying it in my head too. You know, so like it's just like a domino effect. You know that we have. So I appreciate it. I appreciate Coach Simpson for sure.
You know, Armonti, we were talking with Coach Moss about the importance of the offensive and defensive line for a football team, especially in the indoor game where you got less of those guys right on the field at all times. How has the offensive line helped you out in practice going against those studs every day? They've had to make you better in more ways than one.
Yeah. You know, it's iron sharpen iron up in there. And, you know, those guys, man, from the center to both the guards, man.
Let's talk about that face mask though for a second. That is a good look right there.
Dude, that's a menacing
look. Is that
look,
yours,
Monty.
or did you get that from one of the equipment guys?
That's courtesy of Mark right there.
Oh, okay.
You know, Mark got me together.
Oh man, that is good.
Shout out to Mark.
Look at that look right there.
Oh boy,
menacing.
Yep.
Who wants to go up against that guy?
Not me.
Hey,
not
me.
me.
Hey,
not without some help anyway.
And look, we ain't even plateaued yet.
That's the thing. That's the thing. That's the thing. How much better can this team get? How much better can this defense get?
Oh, a lot. The ceiling, is no ceiling there. You know, we just focusing on just staying focused, you know, each and every week in and out, and just staying healthy, you know, like I'm trying to show the guys how to just be professional, you know what I'm saying, and kind of just, you know, leading by example, and you know what I'm saying, just kind of coaching them up while I'm on the field with them too, just in certain situations and things like that.
Sure.
So,
has there been a moment here with the Wranglers that you maybe took time with a younger player or a newer player to the team, or, you know, you're being new yourself, but you're being a veteran here in the indoor game? Was there a time that you were able to kind of take a guy underneath your wing and kind of show him the way since you've been here?
Yeah, I think we all kind of got like a nice chemistry, you know, the entire team. You know, I think we all just like have that camaraderie, you know, like anybody that comes in, you know, they kind of we just make them feel at home. I think it's just like, you know, what it is here in Prescott, you know, like, and, you know, guys like myself and Coach Moss and, you know, just everybody who's, you know, experienced, you know, what it means to just, you know, have that winning environment, you know, I mean, hey, it just clicks, you know, clicks, you know, finds its way. So,
are you amazed at how quick this whole team came together and clicked together, Monty?
Oh yeah, definitely. I didn't really I go into my seasons without, you know, a big expectation as far as, you know, guys and coming from everywhere. You know, we kind of just organically build. I like to organically build, and man, it happened so like I said, so swift, and it's not stopping, you know, it just keeps going.
So you grew up in Michigan, am I right?
Yeah.
And then you played college football close to where I grew up in Wichita Falls, Texas, for Midwestern State University, right there off of the 287. Talk
Texas.
to us about playing football in Texas in the summertime.
Those good old Coach Maskell days.
Yes,
you know?
Coach Maskell. Rings a bell.
Yeah, man. I say it's nothing better than Texas football to me, man. I went out there with a purpose of really learning how to enjoy football, because I feel like when you're in Texas, like people just enjoy football, you know, and I learned it, and I learned a lot of technique, you know, just from that defensive line position and how to be a workhorse, you know what I'm saying? Like even till this day, like, you know, present game, like I'm still like, you know, ground and pounding, you know, just whatever it take to win, you know what I'm saying? Like it's not gonna be easy, it's gonna get nasty, it's gonna get dirty.
There's gonna be times you want to quit and all that kind of stuff.
Yep. So
and people that have never really experienced football in Texas, they don't, you know, they see the Friday night lights moving, they say, oh, that's cute, they turn the headlights on for football practice, but they don't realize that is for real.
Yeah,
like
for
if
real.
you don't get it right, coach is going to pull the truck up, turn the lights on, and we're going to get it right.
Yep, absolutely.
No matter how long it takes.
Get them reps in.
That's it. This guy has gotten more than enough quality reps in this season. Defensive lineman Armonti Carey, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time.
I have more questions for him.
Hit him.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
We got some comments here. We're going to pop.
Pop some comments on there.
While I ask, way to go 50.
So AC, going up, you're lined up again, lined up with Theo and Tremont, the top two tackle TFL leaders in the IFL. Tremont leads the league in sacks. What's it like being going up alongside those brothers and just wreaking havoc on offensive lines and quarterbacks?
Oh man, they make it easy on me. You know what I'm saying? We make it easy on each other, but me personally, man, shout out those guys, Tremont and Majette, man. I appreciate those guys and just being up front with them, because it's like, man, like it's no way like to explain it. It's just like, I heard you say venomous, and I think that's like the perfect word to describe it. Like,
all right,
it's just venomous, man.
Venomous,
like, yeah,
yes.
like it's just like, man, you see it, and man, you can't sleep on it. You gonna be like, what?
Because we're not gonna just sink our teeth in,
Right.
then we're gonna shoot that venom in.
Right,
afterwards,
right.
That's
So,
what it is. So you don't forget about us. So the next
Absolutely.
time you play us, you remember that last time we went mano a mano there up in the trenches, right?
Exactly.
That's what
Yep.
you want.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I got one more.
Hit him.
How much stake do you put into statistics, knowing that you have the #1 defense in the league? Do you guys just sit around kind of in the locker room, or like when you're chilling at the crib, just like, hey guys, we got the #1 defense in the league. This is serious. We're doing some serious business here.
Yeah, I think we're starting to understand the seriousness of it. I've never really been in this position, to be honest. I think a lot of us really never haven't, but we're starting to understand what it means, just to the league and just to our careers. So, I think, going forward, man, I think we're going to be a little bit better. Like I said, that ceiling is really not there for us. So, just trying to get it done week in and week out.
And I think I speak for Ed when I say we see that from up in the booth, that you guys are just really, you're getting tighter and tighter. And then when we think it can't get any better, then it just gets a little bit better after that.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So it's really good stuff.
Can I please throw one more question
Ed,
in?
listen, we got all night, my friend.
Oh, yeah, man, we chilling.
So we're heading down to Phoenix, Footprint Center, Arizona Rattlers on Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Give us your early thoughts on that. When you're watching film on them, what do you see from them?
Oh yeah, man, it's the Rattlers. It's gonna be an honor for me to get up in there. This will be my first time being in that facility and playing against those guys, Coach Guy and all them guys, just knowing what they've done throughout the years. So I'm just excited to line up against them and compete and put on a hell of a game, man. That's try to see who's the best in Arizona.
That's it. We're going to find out. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to that might be watching tonight, or maybe watching on demand tomorrow if they're already headed to bed tonight?
Oh yeah, just shout out my family, man, and shout out to the guys, man. I don't know how many watching, but just the team, man, and everybody
They're
here
all
in
watching.
Prescott.
They're all watching.
Yeah, shout out to everybody, man. There's love from Big 5-0, you know me.
All right.
Big 5-0. We love it. Armonti, Carey, thank you so
Oh,
much,
yeah.
my friend. Unless Ed's got another
Appreciate it.
question for you.
I'm good. I'm good.
We're signing off.
Three's enough,
messing with
Gigi.
you.
Three's enough.
Well, we will welcome you back here to Prescott Valley and Rosa's Pizzeria here in just a couple minutes to wrap up this outstanding edition
I love it.
of the Northern Arizona Wranglers. Thanks to our special guests tonight, Coach Moss, GG Glen Gibbons Jr., and Big Armonti Carey. I think it's Big Country. Is that what they
Big
said?
5-0.
Big. Yeah, that's it.
5-0,
Big
Big
5-0
General.
joining us here on the program as well.
All
We'll
that.
step aside, take a brief timeout, and come right back for our last segment right here on the Wranglers Roundup. Stay with us.
Obviously, we got termites.
Well, the first thing is, you gotta know what they're biting on.
Yeah.
This aged birchwood is perfect for the big ones this time of year.
Oh,
They gobble it up like a candy bar.
nice.
What's going on?
What?
I told you to hire a pro.
I did get a pro.
An Orkin pro.
I got this.
Got termites? Don't call any pro. Call the Orkin Pro. With over 120 years of experience, nobody's better. Orkin, the best in pests.
You're still paying me for this.
Just relax.
And that's cut. We are clear.
Come on, Playmaker, why you always got to be so awkward on camera? I would say you're making me look bad, but we both know that is entirely impossible.
It was possible back in the day on the football field, that's for sure.
You got to be losing your mind. Somebody roll back these tapes, man. Can somebody get this man some water? He ain't feeling well. Please, somebody.
We'll all feel better when you stop all that trash talk.
Dog, are you serious? Look like you needed some real trash talk. See, this ain't trash. This is recycling, which means it goes in the recycling bin. Schooling you again, Playmaker, as usual.
The only thing you ever schooled me on was how to get away with bad calls. That was embarrassing.
Not as embarrassing as you putting recyclables in the trash can.
When did we start talking about your touchdown dance? That was embarrassing.
You're gone too far.
My God. Look like old days. Boy, you know I love you.
Know the difference? Make a difference. Be a team player and recycle. Visit PepsiTrashTalk.com to learn more.
We welcome you back to Rosa's Pizzeria here in beautiful Prescott Valley, Arizona. Another edition of the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup just about in the books. This was a fun one. We got to visit with head coach Les Moss. Defensive lineman Armonti Carey joined us here. It was excellent getting to know him a little bit better. And then our old friend Gigi joined us here. It was a great show, Ed.
It was. To piggyback off of that great win over Bay Area and have Coach Moss and Gigi and Big 5-0 come in and talk about, recap the game and get ready for the Arizona Rattlers on Saturday. It was a fantastic show. I can't wait to get some pizza and some, what do you got there, some garlic?
We got some garlic knots. We're going to finish up over here. We're going to put a pizza order in and take maybe eat a little bit of that here and then take the rest down the hill after the show. But it was fun tonight, and I am super excited for Saturday night. Back down the hill inside the Footprint Center against a very tough Arizona Rattlers team. You could throw the records out the window, Ed. It's Wranglers Roundup on Saturday night.
Oh, yeah, 5-2, 3-4. It doesn't matter what their records are. Nope. A game down the Footprint Center is going to be an absolute war against the Arizona Rattlers. The Wranglers are going to have some good practices this week. They've got to be able to tighten up things that they need to tighten up, the things that are good, continue to build on that, because it is not going to be an easy feat to go down to Phoenix and come out of there victorious.
Absolutely not. Coach Moss talked about it here on the show tonight. It's going to be a playoff type game, and it'll probably be a playoff type atmosphere as well. So if you hadn't got your tickets yet, make sure you do so. Come down and join us inside the Footprint Center. We'll be live from down there at 5:45 p.m., possibly 5:30. We'll see how much pregame content we have for the folks this weekend.
We may go at 5:30.
We might start at 2 p.m. You never know. It just depends on what time we get down there to the Footprint Center. But we're going to be live for pregame, halftime, and postgame, and we're very excited. So we hope you join us right here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel. Any final thoughts from my pal, Mr. Ed Cole here?
Again, big win over Bay Area. That was a great victory. It says a lot about the football team that they were able to gut out another gutsy performance over a very good Bay Area Panthers team.
Just have to keep that train rolling. Once again, from my broadcast partner, I'm James Poovey saying have a great night. Everybody enjoy your week. We will see you on Saturday evening, either online on the Northern Arizona Wranglers YouTube channel or down in the Footprint Center in person. Make sure you stop by and say hi if you see us in the building. We'll be there with bells on. We're excited for this game. It's going to be a fun one. Everybody have a great week, and we will talk to you again very soon.
Go Wranglers.